Yeah, what's going on, guys? Today's a new video. This one's brought to you by Sam Davison. I really appreciate it, Sam. This one is really cool. I didn't pick this one up originally because I didn't think it was very good. But now I saw it and I've got it in my hand and stuff. I just really like it. People were saying it's just a zinc clone, but I think it's much better made, much better quality. It kind of reminds me of a FN 5.7 with the grip size and the grip style itself. It's very large. And yeah, when I received this from Sam, it was only doing about 75 feet per second. And obviously, you know me, with springers, I like to tune them up anyway. So a blaster not hitting what it should out of the box doesn't really concern me. So I disassembled it, re-lubed it, sealed it, and I also figured out that that was just the issue. It's just this one of the O-rings had buckled around the plunger head, and it was slowing down the spring. So I figured that out, and I also figured that there's also two spaces for an O-ring on the plunger head. So I put that on, and it was hitting about 120. Then I realized I could also put a 1-inch spacer on here too. So once I'd done that, it's now hitting 140. So I'm hoping eventually I'll get the upgrade kit for this and it will do like at least 180, because without the spacer that I put on with the upgrade kit, you get 160. So if you add the extra FPS on, you're getting about 180 with that. So yeah, so with the upgrade kit, you get a longer barrel and a stronger spring. The spacer might not work with the stronger spring, so that's one of the other things. But yeah, I'll show you what I did. So you unscrew these back pieces. It's very quick to do. So once you do that, you will be able to get to the air system, and it's quite an interesting air system, how it all works. A lot of people don't like how these types of air systems work, but it saves space, and if they're designed correctly, it shouldn't actually affect anything. So once you've got the back pieces off, you should be able to pull the tube off. It's very tight how I've done mine. So you pull that out. The O-ring has been changed on the pusher as well. This is a skinny pusher, as you can see. And so when you chamber it, you actually have to push it in, which is good for an air seal. Redid the seal on the head as well. And then, voila, that's the plunger tube. You see we've got the two O-rings there, and then my 1-inch spacer in there too. You could obviously push that further, but you can see it's already under some tension already. But you could go all the way, pretty much all the way up here, because this is like designed quite strongly. You'll find if you've actually got a broken Parrot and you're watching this video, it might actually not be broken. If you can prime this back and it's just not, there's no give to it, the bolt in the on the plunger head will actually come off. You can screw that back on and your blaster should work again. So just remember to tighten this up from time to time, and yeah, it shouldn't happen. So with this spacer, with these O-rings, and with the pre-compression on this spring, it's very good FPS. I actually prefer this over the Fire Rat, to be honest. It's much better build quality. I do like how the Fire Rat functions and there's a slide release and stuff. I wish I could take some of those features and put them through onto this design. But yeah, very cool. And you can see you don't actually have to get to the barrel this way. But to change the barrel, we can just unscrew those bolts on the end. But you can see all this is mostly metal. Like where it needs to be, it's metal. This is quite a strong, very strong plastic that this plunger head's made of. And yeah, I feel like with these double O-rings, it acts as a good cushion when it's firing. So this doesn't even need to be changed either. It's got a very good airflow. It's very large inside there, you can see. So none of that has to be drilled out, which is great. But you can see this is very nicely put together and built. So I'm quite happy with how it's designed. I also put an O-ring on here This does create a vacuum, so you will get air coming through the barrel, but that is a good way to do it. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have a dart in the barrel when you're priming this back anyway, so that suction that you get won't actually affect anything. If you've got the spring laid on there correctly, your plunger tube should sit down there quite nicely like that. Wrong way around. And that should go in there like that. So it all fits quite tight together. It's very nice. And then just put your bolts back on. So yeah, once you put that together, you should be set. And yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed with this. I also, like I said, I chopped the magazine a little bit so I can hold 8 rounds in here now, not just 6. The spring in this is way too strong. Even with this spring cut, it's got plenty of spring tension. I'm also going to be trying out these Cheetah darts. Just with this setup, it's just amazing. These darts are just incredible. Hit Sam Davison up if you want some of these made for you. He makes them all by hand. Also got some hard tips as well. And you can count as I'm loading. You know, there's definitely going to be 8 rounds in here. You might actually be able to cram an extra one in. There we go. Make sure you fire that straight away. But with this setup, I also figured out that you can put the Dart Zone Solo on here, and it works. Doesn't hold on the rail very much, but if you open this up, you can prime it. I might as well fire it now. I've primed it. So yeah, that works. And then also, because I'm old school, I've got a mag light on a muzzle piece. The darts do hit this from time to time, so it's not the best. I might have to Dremel this out more, but it does give you light capabilities. So, I mean, you can't really argue with that, but we'll take the Solo off for now and just leave the light on it. I can show you what I mean. So that fits on there nicely. The mags are nice and drop free, as you can see. Packs a hell of a punch. You can see this, you can tell just by how this hits, how this sounds, that this is definitely getting 140 feet per second. This is getting what a C to S was getting out of the box. I mean, it's a pistol. Couple shots left. And then it has a bolt hold open technically with the magazine. That's not too bad, because if you're using it in a game, you can hit that mag, pull out, put a new mag in. But what I found is sometimes the slide will override the, so say like I pushed against it and then I go like that. Sometimes, it did it this time, sometimes it doesn't load that dart because it kind of skips it, because it kind of pushes too far forward. But I don't really mind that. It's got a very tight stiff prime because of obviously the spacer I put in. But I mean, what can you expect? I mean, it is a pistol, but I prefer, for pistols like this, I treat them as like target pistols. I think it looks really cool, the slide lock back. But yeah, I just really like this. You can kind of, without any upgrades with this system, you can cock it and sort of pull the slide forward and back with your wrist. Can't do it anymore now with the upgrades. But god damn, it's amazing, guys. I mean, you just can't beat 140 FPS little Springer like that. I like target pistols like this. It's just something you can just sit back at the end of the day and just have fun with. Oh, also, the magazine release is like the FN57 as well. It's like a paddle. So what that allows you to do is have your finger on the trigger and use your middle finger to actually drop the mag. And that allows you to still fire while you're dropping the mag. I can show you that. So say you've got it loaded, you're in a Nerf war, you need a reload, you can drop that mag and still fire at the same time, literally at the same time. So that way you can then put your mag in, cock it, and then you're ready again. But you get that shot. Like if you need to shoot while you're fumbling around, you can cover yourself. So yeah, I mean, that is just incredible. So Other than that, I rate this a 5 out of 5, honestly. I love the build quality of it. I like how it feels in the hand. I like how it shoots. And I like that you can put stuff on it. You can turn this into something kind of different with some mods. And the price too, this is the reason why. The price of this is extremely affordable. You could buy 2 or 3 of these, and you would spend the same amount as you would on a fire rat. The fire rat has metal upgrades, obviously, and those do make it worth it. If you have the money, go for it. But there are upgrades for this as well, and it doesn't need like a metal upgrade trigger or anything stupid like that, because the plastic that they have used is honestly like a bit amazing. Like, I don't know how I can describe it really. It feels like polymer, so it's definitely strong enough on its own. The accuracy of this is really good as well for the barrel size. And yeah, the power of it is just incredible. Even out of the box, it's really good. But with just a few minor tweaks and upgrades, you can get this just a little bit nicer. So this is one of my favorite secondaries, to be fair. Next to the Outlaw and the Diana. The Diana is obviously the top spot. Outlaw, and then obviously this. The Solo is a backup pistol. This is definitely one of my favorites now as well. But as a backup, obviously, of itself. But when it comes to secondaries in an Earth war, I don't like to. I like with pistols, I want to be able to shoot this one-handed, and I don't like to leave springers primed. So I wouldn't really like the fact of having this in a holster with it primed. And then there's obviously that old problem of holding my primary. Like, if I'm holding it for some reason, or I'm holding something else, like a third weapon, or maybe even a incendiary device like an explosive in an Earth war, you want to be able to pull your secondary out and use it. And you can't with this. You need 2 hands. So this ends up becoming a primary just because you have to do this. So in my opinion, anything electronic powered is the best for a secondary, just because you, like with a Strife or with a Diana, you can just pull it out and just fire it. There may be a delay of some sorts, but you can at least get it out and fire it one-handed, and that is the main difference. So I always treat stuff like this as more of a target pistol, something to enjoy, like a boutique thing, kind of like the Swin. In the same respects, this is much like a Swin and how it works. It's not all direct system like the Swin is, but it's a bolt action pistol, and it's magazine fed like the Swin too. So if you can't afford a Swin or anything like that, get something like this, because you're metaphorically shooting yourself in the foot, avoiding this and not being able to afford a Swin. So it's just get what you can afford really in life, because no one's going to judge you but yourself. Yeah, there's people online saying, oh, this is a Zinc clone, blah, blah, blah. But you're going to have this in your home anyway, regardless. Like, no one's going to come in your house and start laughing at you, pointing their finger. It's only people online. So unless you're really that sensitive, just don't worry about it. Have fun in the hobby. People design these blasters to have fun with. And it goes with all blasters like this, like the Zing, the Fire Phoenix, for instance, the Valkyrie. That a lot of people did pay the rights for that thing. There were so many rumors going around that every single clone wasn't paid for. A lot of people bought the files for it, and a lot of people had actually given Leon himself money for it. Leon's just not very happy the fact that he lost out on money, so of course he's going to say every single one is a copy, which to an extent they are, but some of them had the rights paid for. So I don't have a problem buying things like that, because as long as you're finding the right people to buy them from, then you don't have a problem. As long as you're not buying it from some crazy website that no one's ever heard of before, that's fine. So don't worry, don't listen to the haters, is what I'm trying to say. This is like an added on thing at the end of the video, because I've been seeing this a lot recently. And I've had a bad shoulder, so I've not been able to do videos as much as I wanted to. So I've been just doing research, looking into things, and just seeing what the general consensus is in the hobby. People just aren't happy recently. Ever since Coop left, things have not been the same. And it's just, I don't know if it's because he left or if it's just some sort of like curse that happened within the community, but things have changed. It's becoming a lot more like airsoft. And I think we need to remember our roots, guys. We don't need to spend $500 on a blaster to have fun. It's all about having fun. And when I spend my whole month's savings on a blaster, I'm not having fun because I'm constantly thinking about, wow, what is this? What have I lost out on food wise, home wise? You do lose out on those things. Even if you don't realize it, you're not buying as much candy that you used to buy, or etc. etc. So it all adds up, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. So only go within your means. If you can't afford a Saber or a worker blaster, just get a Dart Zone blaster if you live in the US. Or if you're UK based, look for blasters like these on Amazon, or even BU Blaster, because those guys, they get it to you fast and they're trustworthy. So what can you say? And they do have good prices. But yeah, with Dart Zone stuff, if you are UK based and you want to get some Dart Zone stuff, you're going to have to find someone US based that's willing to send you the blaster, and you're going to have to be willing to pay for the postage and for the blaster. It's going to be more than what you expect, but it's nice when you get a couple of Dart Zone stuff. It's nice when you actually feel it. It's nice quality. So, other than that, that's been sort of the rant on that end of the video. It's not meant to offend anyone. That's the thing. I'm just trying to help the people that are depressed in the hobby, that are upset at the moment. This will balance out. The economy's gone to crap, so things are going to smoothen out a bit more, especially in the US. I think things will smoothen out more soon. So just keep being positive, keep staying at it, guys, and just remember that it's all about having fun. And if you're not having fun, then just don't do it. Like, if you don't want to do Nerf anymore, then that's fine. Like, I see why Coop left. He wasn't having fun anymore. He's beating a dead horse. He'd already done this for years. So, yeah, it all makes sense. Everything makes sense in the long run. You just got to have patience and have time, have the time to just have the patience, basically. So, thanks for watching, guys. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like at the bottom of the video. Leave a comment if you've reached it this far. Tell me what you think of the hobby at the moment. Tell me what your opinions are. And yeah, I appreciate every one of you for watching the video. I appreciate all of you for supporting me. And to the people that send me stuff and always send me positive comments and stuff. Thank you so much, guys. You know who you are. You guys always send me stuff and send me good comments and send me, positive greetings and stuff, So yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you, and this channel is growing a lot more in these past couple of months. So yeah, hats off to you guys for just being there for me, supporting me through all of these tough times that I've had recently. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.